It's your magical girl virtual streamer, Dallie! Oink. I'm here with a new chapter of a game that we played before. When did we play this game? I don't remember. Don't ask me. I have no clue. I really don't remember. When we played the first chapter. But, is my tracking okay? Hello. Hi, Wendy9. Hi, you're such a treat with the second chapter. Oh my goodness, I know. I've been spoiler free so far, but, I have been hearing nothing but good things. I'm trying to figure out where to put the chat so that I can see it and the game at the same time. Oh boy, so I like to do a little bit of voice acting, but I'm not very good with a whole lot of different kinds of voices. My voice kind of doesn't have a lot of pitch range, but I will do my best to portray them, you know, so that you can tell each character apart. I think it's pretty good. So, I literally just downloaded it 10 minutes ago. So we're gonna start right to chapter 2. And let's just get into it, I guess. I'm a little bit scared, but we can just get into it. I don't remember the voices that I had for everybody, but that's fine. It's fine. Well, we'll see how I feel. Oh no. Do you remember the 21st night of September? The vents were open that day, letting the wind pass through. Real wind, not the stuff they normally churned out to keep people from going crazy. This was the wind that lived and breathed, that I could swear blew my hair into my face on purpose. The sound of it took me to places I could never imagine seeing with my own eyes. I didn't totally understand why, but I kept coming back to the roof on ventilation days. But that particular day, a teacher saw me, and I learned we weren't actually supposed to be going up on the roof. Too dangerous. I got detention, which I didn't take too well. I was a good student. I could handle teasing, rumors, even being alone, as long as I didn't disappoint anybody. But that was different. 30 minutes in a room I'd never seen the inside of before. I put on my bravest face and opened the door. It was meant to be a quiet place to reflect. Prayer was encouraged, never required. But how could I do anything else? Oh, hello? Hello? The second I entered the room, my eyes were glued to his image, larger than life on the wall. His gaze, too sacred for a sight, pierced the veiling hands and fell squarely on me. Those are some nice hands. He knew how afraid and upset I felt, how harsh I thought my punishment was, and he sympathized with me. But was it so simple? Was going up to the roof the only wrong I'd done? I stood before him, dumbfounded and defenseless. The layers of my heart fell away one by one. I could hear a jumble of my own thoughts echoing in my head. What had I been so obsessed with? The wind that lived and breathed. What did that even mean? Places I could never imagine seeing. The outside? The rotting world we'd been saved from? She's technically not new, okay. I lived in safety and comfort, in the loving embrace of the Almighty, and I daydreamed about going out into the dead wilderness. What was wrong with me? My lip trembled, my fists clenched. Disgust welled up in me, but the thought of crying was worse. If anyone deserved to cry, shouldn't it be the one whose love I'd thrown away? And yet he smiled at me, softly, patiently waiting for me to go to him. Please. Please forgive me. I'm sorry. You know what's in my heart. I try my best, but I'm weak, and... Tears blurred my vision. I blinked them away, and with clear eyes met a smile that hadn't changed. This is freaking me out. He still waited. A sick feeling spread through my stomach, and I knelt. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was imagining things. I was letting the voice in, but that isn't what I want. I want to live in your vision. I want to be remade, so please. He continued to wait. What was it? What hadn't I done? My breath grew short and frantic. The world around me started to spin. Finally, the thought struck me to look elsewhere for the source of his disappointment. And for the first time, I saw you there. You leaned with your back against the wall, looking at nothing, ignoring him. Huh. How can you just stand there? The words spilled out. I barely even heard myself shouting. You just lifted your eyebrows at me. You know, you don't have to do all that, right? What? We're in here for 28 more minutes, then we can go. Praying isn't gonna pass the time any faster. It had only been 2 minutes? I'm not trying to pass the time. I want to make things right with him. What did you do? That's for him to judge. Wasn't gonna judge, just curious. Hey, well, wanna know why I'm here? They caught me on the scaffolding again. I mean, they'll throw the book at me for any reason, but that was today's. The scaffolding? Like, on the... outside, yeah. That's... What? Why? Isn't that dangerous? Have you ever felt the wind out there? It's nothing like inside. Once you really feel it, you never get over it. At least, I haven't. I can't breathe sometimes when I think about living here forever. That's why as soon as I get the chance, I'm out. I stared in silence. Man, I knew it. You are cool. Sorry? Me? You haven't rolled your eyes. If you think I'm crazy, at least you're being nice. I'm kind of here for the same reason as you. What? Whoa, for real? The wind is different. It really is. I just like to breathe it in. Sometimes, I swear I can even... In the corner of my eye, I saw the builder's smile turn cold. Never mind. What? No, don't look at him. Forget his stupid face. I flinched. He's not... Don't say that. Okay, sorry. You can look at him if you want. Or you could look at me. You walked around opposite the image so that I'd face away to follow. I was nauseous. My heartbeat pounded in my ears. But I did follow you. And you smiled, big and bright and fearless under the builder's gaze. I didn't realize it then, but that smile healed me more than his ever had. Aw, she's so pretty. Pretty girl. When did I start hating you for it? Chapter 2. The Beast. Hold on. Okay. Hold on. I'm trying to order some things around here so that I can actually... Okay. I'm just trying to adjust my setup a little bit. Okay, there we go. Let me get a sip of water. Nice job with the intro. Thank you! I'm not choking, I'm fine. There are no stories about the builder's rise to power. His faithful hands would tell you he was always a god. Now he created the world and everyone in it. A well-meaning, holy idiot with no clue what mortal life was like. No wonder the mosaic was the best he could do. Maybe if I looked at it that way, I'd be playing the part of a hero. Too bad I know better. The sovereignty, the power to reshape the world. A legend that eluded even the mosaic's so-called greatest treasure hunter, and it was mine. Everything I could dream of was mine. Until it wasn't. You have not yet realized the fullness of your vision, nor manifested it by your works. Until you overcome the remaining trials, you must continue to walk the earth as a human. Hold on, where's my thing? Oh no, I left it. Never mind. Now, a second trial awaits in the remains of Aircrest. Aircrest, some ruined capital. Lloyd knew the name. According to him, we'd arrive on foot in 2 days. A little persuasion made it 1 day with no breaks. Now, the sun set beside us on a worn-down mountain path. Below us, a valley of thick fog like endless nothing. Tired already? He's been lagging behind long enough by now that I have to raise my voice. I catch a flash of exhaustion on his face before he sweeps it under his usual smile. And now we're back with these two clowns. Yay! I love these clowns. A bit. Whatever godly stamina the sovereignty has blessed you with seems to have skipped over me. But we're making good time. Perhaps we can spare an hour or so to rest? I asked for a yes or no, not an itinerary. Now keep walking before I make you crawl. As you wish. And then a little bow, and that's it. You know what? I've decided I am tired of walking. Carry me. This makes him pause, like he's unsure he's heard me right, but we both know there's no mishearing. Soon enough, he stoops slowly down to offer his back. She's so evil. All right, off we go. You know, you're not fooling anybody with the fake cheer, right? He laughs, barely. You yourself warned me not to expect sympathy, Isme. If you'd prefer I begged for it now, you need only say the word. She's so mean to him. She is! She's so bully. Now, I'd like to say the amount of heavy lifting I did at the shop would surprise you. On a better day, I might manage like this a while longer. Sadly, between the lack of sleep and all of yesterday's excitement, I think we've discovered my physical limit. So, with apologies. Huh? Huh? Hey! Shit! That's what you get! That's what you get, Isme. Fog everywhere. I can barely make out the mosaic's shadow in the distance, past the slope we tumbled down from. But here's my witness, collapsed a few paces away. He didn't fall that hard, did he? Hey. No. If you die, I die, and I'm not going out like this. Get up. That's an order. Ugh. Your concern touches the heart. And you may rest assured your immortality's in no danger, if I can just have a minute to catch my breath. Fine, shame on me for expecting my sworn servant to get a little exercise for his god. What happens when I order you to do something you really don't want to do? Such as... oh, I don't know. Kill somebody? Want a more capable man for the job, I think. But I've already told you, I'm not convinced by that kind of talk. even without hearing the full truth, I believe you're searching for kindness, and you're just as worthy of it as anyone. Please. However I'm choosing to look at it, the decision's been made. I swear I can talk. No going back now, even if I might do some things differently, give it a second chance. But while we're on the subject, there's something I've been meaning to ask since we entered into this relationship together. Shoot. What's your vision for the sovereignty? What kind of world will you create with it? A world for me. What else? Yes, I imagine any sovereign hopeful would say the same. Excuse me. My question is more what that looks like exactly. Oh, reclining on a throne, naked servants feeding me little fruits, that kind of thing. I'm only encouraging you to give it some thought. After all, the voice seemed to think your vision had a ways to go yet. If nothing else, have you considered the lives of ordinary people under your rule? Other than the naked servants, I mean. You can have a thong if you're feeling modest. A benevolent god indeed. But let's cut this shit. What kind of world are you hoping for? Are you hoping I'm hoping for? Come again? I can believe that you saved me because you felt bad or whatever. That's fine. What I don't buy is that a smart guy like you wouldn't be looking for a way to make it worth his while. You say I'm worthy of kindness. In other words, if you're nice enough to me, you'll be able to call in a favor once I'm in charge. So let's hear it. In fact, I'll take a wild guess. Your kid, right? For better or worse, I've signed away my life. Am I wrong to hope it was for the better? So you admit it. You misunderstand. I mean to save my daughter with or without your help. I was always prepared to manage without. But if the sovereignty does fall into your hands, then there's one favor I think you'd be inclined to grant me. Oh, now this I've got to hear. Isme, when I watched you rise from the temple as a god in all your glory, I was truly, deeply afraid. But as you issued your challenge to the shield, to the mosaic itself, a part of me rejoiced. That tower is the only home I've ever known. Within its walls lie the dearest treasure of my heart. And yet, well, to make a long explanation short, I have a good feeling that you and I share more in common ground than you think, my fellow heretic. Oh? I'm sorry, do you hear that? What? Is that a helicopter? Now I do. The slow approach of a propeller. Ugh. I don't need the headlights blaring through the mist to confirm my first thought. I know a shield SV when I hear one. Help is on the way. Please remain calm. Great. The pilot makes a sloppy landing and rushes out to greet us. Are you two all right? I heard a scream and... Ah! Oh my goodness, you're her! She falls to her knees on the spot. Please have mercy. I'll do anything you want. Oh, how cute. And what do you think you can offer a god? Get up. Maybe there's something you can do for my mortal deadweight. Sure enough, the SV's packed with supplies. A blanket, a radiator, first aid stuff. Most importantly from my witness, a few pitiful rations. Thank you, truly. Don't mention it! And you? Wait, do gods eat? I've never, hosted one before. If you don't mind my asking, we've met, haven't we? Very briefly, at the lamplight. Yeah, Felice Ferret, Fel for short. Felicie? Felicia is so cute. She is very cute. Fell for short. Like art. Pleased to meet you properly, Miss Ferret. Likewise. But really, this is our third time crossing paths. You'll have to forgive me. I only know the other one. You wouldn't remember the first time, since, well, you were unconscious. Outside the Hollow Temple, I brought you back to Tarn. You'll remember her as the officer who broke in and tried to prevent Langlis from bombing us. Yes, I kind of remember. Kind of. It's been a while. Really? Then I've fallen further into your debt. Not at all. I'm just happy to help. She sits there, staring into her lap for a while. Since we've run into each other like this, can I ask what happened at the temple? But I can't imagine you missed it. A towering deity struck down your superior ship in plain view. Well, yes, but I mean, before that, when the temple lit up. Was anyone else there? Maybe a woman about my age with short hair, and she would have had a cape tied around her shoulders, too. Dun, dun, dun. The two of you were there, so I figure you might know. Yeah, I feel like there was another, but yeah. Quick question. Where are we? What? The middle of nowhere, on a path to some ruins no one's cared about in 50 years. Does that about sum it up? More or less. I don't. Great, because I'm having a hard time believing a rookie OS patrol just happened to run into us here. The whole shield is looking for me. I liked your little rescue act, but you didn't mistake us for random travelers. You've been following us. So what's the plan? Let's say I know this girl you're asking about. If you were hoping a first aid kit in a cereal bar would get me to tell you anything, you're not gonna cut it as a cop, hun. You're right. That's why I quit. I stole the SV, all my equipment, and just ran. After Langlas destroyed the temple, when he knew that someone could still be inside, Please, I just want an answer. Ah, yes, that's right. I want to know what happened to my friend. I need to know Nino's still okay. Nino? No, it couldn't. So you really do know her. She's someone who means a lot to me. And it's my fault if there's any chance she's alive, that's all I want to know. Please. If she were inside, no, don't tell her a thing. He flashes me a wounded look, then closes his eyes. I'm very sorry, Miss Ferret. Believe me when I say I hope for Nino's safety with all my heart. What? Then, that's it? Mr. Ard, with how she talked about you, I thought she said you saved her life. But now you won't help me find her? All it takes is for this false god to say no? Oh no, I'm false. Sooner than you think, I'll be the only god. Mr. Ard here is just ahead of the curve, and he's a very loyal follower, too. Too bad for you. Yeah, you... She draws her weapon. That's more like it, Ricky. Too bad it's still not getting you any answers. You can't kill me. She stares me down for a few seconds, obviously having second thoughts. Then her aim jumps to my side. I realize Loic has raised his palms to offer peace. Stupid. Then what about him? The look on my face spurs her on. You care if he dies, don't you? Miss Ferret, please calm down. I'm not asking for a lot, right? You don't need to do this. It's It's not like I want to, but you're not giving me a choice. Why won't you just tell me? What else am I supposed to do? Sleep. What? Panicked, she steadies her aim, but she must feel the air softening as she speaks. I can tell even before seeing the dim light pinned at his waist, swaying with his steps. He lays a hand on hers and says, his voice calm and clear, "You've done enough, Val. Sleep." Looking lost, she breathes half a question before her knees give out. Ooh. Oh. See, if I were her, I would have just shot you. If only. What flower was that? Hey, Feather, but give me a moment, please. He's knelt down beside her, rifling through the pages of his notebook. What, you're not done? That was too sudden. She'll suffer if I leave her like this, likely even more than when she wakes. Who cares? I do. Please, just one moment. Now that I look at this girl, she really is struggling, clenching her brow, still breathing a mile a minute. The flower Lake picks out is another mystery to me, something white. As it comes alive, bathing in her light, he brushes her hair away from her eyes, then slightly cradles her head in his hands. He talks to her in that warm, soft tone. I can't make out the words. Her ragged breathing slows, and the creases in her brow start to fade. Finally, something close to a smile shows on her face. All right, there we are. Did you have to do it like that? Like what? Nothing. You're not going to pass out again, are you? You sound like shit. He winces with laughter. Unkind, but true. I can't advise you to depend on me for any more magic until I've properly rested. Lucky us to have stumbled into such a lovely campsite. Wait, here? With the cop? Formerly, and fast asleep, as you can see. Until she wakes up. Not for some hours, at least. And I assume you'll be awake to keep an eye on her either way? I wouldn't have gone to all the trouble of tracking him down if I didn't need him. And I'd already been air crisp by now if I didn't need him alive. But still, what the hell? Whatever. Thank you, Ismay. Good night. Oh, whatever. What the hell? I am reading this cold, so if I, don't get it perfect on the first take, please forgive me. Oh gosh, who's talking? That's the only thing. I never know. Here, take him. Huh? Oh, this one again. Fell, the one girl. Huh? Go on. Thank you? Yeah, so you don't feel anything, right? No, man, I knew it was a dud, but I had to try it. Huh? No, wait, seriously, huh? You know that research assignment? The one due next month? You're thinking about that already? Yeah, I picked my topic the day we got it, and you're looking at them. You mean the flowers are for your project? Oh. Not just flowers. I'm investigating flower language, one of the greatest mysteries of the ancient world. Flower language? Like unrequited love and stuff? That's what everybody says! Here, just read the stupid pamphlet they gave me at that place. In pre-Mosaic Pals, flowers with particular meanings conveyed messages of love and longing from sender to recipient. Thinking of you, I pray for your happiness. My heart aches. All could be expressed with the right arrangement of blooms. In Askend, people would come to ascribe far more varied meanings to their flowers. While some might strike us as bizarre today, did you know the pink hydrogynia means underwear? When taken as a whole, Askendi flower language is beautifully nuanced and endlessly fascinating. And then there's a glossary. Yellow roses for friendship. Palicias for regal beauty. Oh, and the hydrangea underwear thing. It's so dumb, right? I mean, I wouldn't know. I'm not the one researching the stuff. Well, first of all, a scant invented the flower language, and they weren't just using it to send love letters. What were they using it for? Everything. Marcel Moulin, here we go. Marcel Moulin wrote about it. He said it was the most powerful magic known to man. With the right flowers, sages, we call them sages, could do anything. Or we call them sages, could do anything. Healing the sick, taming the seas, moving mountains. That sounds scary. It sounds cool. Anyway, it was a total mystery. The temple expedition couldn't get off the ground for years because nobody knew how it worked. And then Marcel Moulin actually met a real living sage, someone who could unlock the secret of the ruins. I love your voices for all these characters. Thank you so much. And they still didn't find anything. Yeah, but that's just it. The sage disappeared. Moulin's last report said the excavation team came back short one person. What? You mean they, died? That's what I thought. But here, look at this. She handed me a magazine open to the cover story. A familiar actress smiled at me, arm in arm with her co-star. Fifi Licour? Aw, I didn't know she got married. Cute. Wait, the sage is Fifi Licour? No! Read the article! I skimmed through the descriptions of her luxurious ceremony. Famous designers, elite chefs, way more celebrities than I cared about, all piled into that fancy new resort at the top of new construction. Then, weirdly, a whole section about the flowers. When he proposed, he didn't even say a word. I swear this is true. He gave me flowers on my birthday, and I figured it was a sweet thought. But when I looked at them, I just knew. I felt like everything he wanted to say, I felt like everything he wanted to say flooded right into me, down to the letter. I was stunned. He'd planned to give a little speech and then surprise me with the ring, but I was sobbing yes before he got the chance. Fifi's unconventional proposal left such an impression that she insisted on hiring the same florist for the ceremony itself. But when we asked for a name, she played coy, wanting to protect her hidden gem from the spotlight. Oh, okay. You think this is the magic? I know it is. It's not exactly as mind-blowing as you made it sound. I'm expecting her to say the flowers exploded. Oh, come on! You gotta admit there's something there! Fine, I guess. Anyway, I've been trying to track down this florist. Too bad Fifi didn't give you anything to go on. Right? And now there's like a million more shops jumping on the trend. I've been to a dozen already. But I'm not giving up. Not until I see it for myself. Woohoo! They're so cute! Look, people, look with your own eyes. However tall the mosaic may climb, it remains only a tiny corner of the world as it used to be. And that world is all around us, still right now, more than a memory, more than some trove of riches ripe for the plunder. The living, breathing world. They are adorable. But don't just take my word for it. Look! Am I gonna take a sippy of water? Okay. Like voice, let's go. Kind of like that voice, but a little bit softer. The request seemed easy enough. And despite the look on my daughter's face after the client had left, it wasn't too far out of the ordinary. I had considered a number of approaches. Striped carnations, your feelings overwhelm me. Sunflowers, daffodils, I take joy in my solitude. Pomegranate, if only I could. The more options I weighed, the less I could deny what I was doing. Flimsy euphemisms, everyone. I was skirting around the obvious answer, the most direct expression of the client's feelings. How dare you? I sat alone in the workroom, watched by a crowd of scornful faces. The arrangement itself was trivial. I could have let one of the new hires handle it, had I not feared wasting their effort. But I'd made my bed. Nothing else to do but try again. Again, I traced the flower's form in my heart. I reflected on the client's seething words, and the meaning appeared to me. And when I made to lay my hand on it, I brushed a different memory, as one unwittingly touches a live wire. Concentration shattered. I watched another bouquet wither into uselessness. Just then, a call from outside swiftly cleared the storm from my mind.
Dad!
Come in, honey. Is something wrong?
There's a weird customer asking too many questions.
Don't say it like that.
I mean, she's asking about magic, the serious stuff.
And her voice rang a note of conspiratorial excitement she'd barely attempted to hide. Uh-huh. And is our visitor representing the shield by any chance?
I don't think so, but she's really intense, and Sammy is so useless.
Be nice to Sammy, please.
He's too nervous. Everything he says just makes her more suspicious.
I'm sure he's doing his best. Let's give him a break. I took a moment to check the flowers clipped to my apron, all in order, before heading out to the door. You know, I didn't actually check the size of the... Oh, okay, it looks like it's fine. Samson had been with us at least a year by then, my first full-time hire. His open warmth made him an excellent clerk, but really, I could leave just about anything to him but the magic. Lilia, somewhat resistant to changes around the shop, would not fully warm to him for a few more years. She quietly retook her seat, obscured by a vase at the edge of the register counter, from which she could comfortably judge both Sam and this new threat. The confrontation had stalled by the time I entered. Sam stood anxiously at the counter, looking anywhere but at the impatient young visitor. At last he met me with great relief. Oh, Mr. Art, phew! I think this young lady has some questions for you. For you? So I hear. Thank you, Sam. Then I took notice of the visitor, a girl seemingly only a few years older than my daughter. A confident smile spread wide across her face at my approach. Well, good morning.
Hey there, you're the boss?
I am. Is there something I can help you with?
Yeah, matter of fact, I think you might be just the guy I'm looking for.
Then I hope I don't disappoint you. Please go on.
See, I'm researching the magical flower language. That's what you do here, right?
It certainly is. After all, expressing our hearts to one another is a kind of magic.
Yeah, okay, but I'm talking about something way bigger than that. Real magic. I read that in ancient Askend, people used flowers to do things we couldn't dream of today. Legendary world-shaking stuff. Miracles, even.
Oh, wow. And to think I've wasted all these years making centerpieces out of them.
Come on, I know you know what I'm talking about.
Worn down somewhat, I tried a warning. I'm afraid I don't have a clue. What God-fearing Mosean would?
What's there to be afraid of? What's he gonna do? Who cares if he doesn't like the old world? It's not like he can stop us from talking about it. I'm going to take a quick pause for an ad. I'm not going to continue during the ad break because that would kind of be late. So, ad is starting in just a minute or so here, and it's only a minute and a half. You don't have to wait too long, and I will take a quick break, I guess. I might just start talking to myself or drink some water. Thank you always for the support, watching the ads. You can also sub to me. Yeah. Thank you for the support. This music is so good. her back. Let me scooch myself back up. Hi. Okay, we can get back to the game. Thank you for the ad break watching thing. I know ads are, but I try to keep it short. Anyway, what's there to be afraid of? What's he gonna do? Who cares if he doesn't like the old world? It's not like he can stop us from talking about it. A brief silence passed. She was young. And hey, it's too late to play dumb anyway. I already know this isn't a normal flower shop. Is that so? Well, yeah, the big guy over there freaked out as soon as I asked about magic. Sorry, boss. I think the apology clinches it, Sam, but that's all right. I mean... See, I knew it! So, oh man, I have so many questions. Did you work with the Marcel Moulin? To be honest, those days were so long ago that I hardly remember them now. Huh? I mean, it was kind of a big deal. You'd be surprised what people forget. Sometimes even what's foremost in our minds, like fresh footprints in the snow. The visitor scoffed. Leah watched me closely. You don't believe me, but haven't you ever gone somewhere and completely lost track of why? No, I got a mind like a steel trap. That's youth talking. Me, I'm always forgetting the most important things. Greg here can back me up. I was hoping you would chime in, Sam. I know, boss. I don't know. I'm real vulnerable right now. I love this. Poor Samson. Oh, thank you for the welcome back. Kindly, the stranger laughed. Leah, too, a bit more than she meant to. For she shrank back into hiding when her voice drew a curious glance from the friend she'd yet to meet. All right, that does it for comedy segment. Let's move on. Is there anything else I can do for you today? Oh yeah, wait. There was something I wanted to ask about. Flowers, hopefully? I'm not sure I'm qualified to answer much else. Yeah, I guess. Wonderful. True to our name, we at the Messenger favor arrangements with purpose. We prioritize meaning over aesthetics. But of course, we can accommodate any preferences from you or your loved one. Do you happen to have a recipient in mind? Someone to whom you'd like to express a certain thought? Samson is trying his absolute best. I know! Poor Samson. Well, there's this one girl who makes me laugh and listens to me talk about anything, even if it weirds her out. And she's pretty, too. And she's the best friend I've ever had, so she makes me want to do my best, I guess. You know? I should have written a letter. That sucked. Not at all. One moment. I might have sent her away empty-handed on a different day, but I appreciated the diversion, however brief. Since sincere affection, a very welcome break from the order I'd left on my table. Apologies for the wait. Here you are, for the one who brings you joy. Whoa! You did that so fast! And it looks so nice! Thanks! Wait, how much? On the house. Whoa, really? Thanks so much! And so the stranger left with a dazzling smile, having fully abandoned the matter that brought her to us. You could have charged her for that. My God, the world's youngest accountant. Or did I go wrong? Whatever. Thus rewarded with the look I adored, I'd happily forgotten everything else. This dad vibe, the look he adored. Oh my God, I love Loic so much. Yet I couldn't ignore the dark cloud over my assistant. Chin up, Sam. We're all right. Yeah, sorry for the trouble. Don't be. I should have prepared you. After the article, I'm relieved it wasn't an inspector. Next time, don't hesitate to call for me. You got it. Briefly passing the shop's side windows, the young visitor exchanged another cheerful wave with me before slipping out of sight. At the time, I expected her interest to fade long before the charm on her memory would, as was often the case with the casually curious. Complacency on my part, I admit. I'd yet to learn that Nino's was no casual curiosity. Hey, time to wake up. You've slept enough, right? I couldn't say honestly. I couldn't honestly say. Has something happened? Yeah, the sun came up and I'm tired of waiting. Get in. She gives the side of Fell's survey vehicle a loud slap as she heads around to the pilot's seat. Now I realize I'm not going to talk you out of this. What, stealing a stolen SV? Really? Stranding this woman in the wilderness, I meant. Not my problem. Get in. Having left myself no room for resistance, I obey. Felicie stirs only barely, still enfolded in a joyful dream. I must take some solace in knowing I've offered her the only kindness I can. Aw, they're gonna leave Fell there? Aerial survey vehicles were a more common sight in the old days. And of course, the stated purpose of the outer shield remains unchanged, to protect the mosaic from external threats. But back then, average patrolmen often rescued would-be explorers who wandered too far off the beaten path. As the number of wanderers dwindled, so too did the daring rescues. At her age, I doubt Officer Ferret would have seen enough excitement in the field to earn the rickety SV it scars. But at least one mark is hers, a lone photograph taped over one of the flight displays. Ismay coos sarcastically before flicking it out of the way. She takes us into the air with surprising ease, almost nonchalant. Clearly, this is not her first time piloting a shield vehicle. Meanwhile, I rescue the photograph. It's a photo of Nina. Yeah. Oh. It really was Nino. What? Oh, right, you knew this kid. Yes, I had the privilege of employing her for a few months. You're so cute. In a word, fearless. Her best and worst quality, to be completely honest. But we were all happier for her presence. She wanted more than anything to become an explorer. When the world moved on, her fascination only burned brighter. The photograph, it's so cute. The first time we met, she tracked me down, looking for answers on the so-called Hollow Temple. Meaning she was after the sovereignty. I would say her ambitions fell short of yours. You two might have one point in common, although her religious upbringing was a bit more ordinary. Huh. So what, ran away from home? Ran into the sovereignty's hall and got herself skewered? Oh, Ismay. We know what's on the other side of that gate, and her girlfriend wasn't there to bring her back to life. You do the math. We aren't entirely sure that Felicie saw Nino enter the gate at all. Whatever helps you cope. Seeing no future in which the survey vehicle was reunited with its pilot, I find a place for her photo in the pages of my notebook. That's all I can do. Nino! Seat of splendor carved in stone, shaded by bows of gold. Bows? Bows of gold. So the poet wrote of Erkest, Asken's ancient capital. The early Phaemic priests settled there for its abundant rains, which yielded many precious flowers. With the wild sword lily, the great cleaving, they shaped the mountains into their dwelling. Hybridization refined the meaning over time, enabling greater feats of architecture, more elaborate sculpture. At its height, Erkest became a marvel of engineering that inspired awe from across the continent. Now the seat lies barren, its splendor long eroded by the world-ending rain. After some few valuables have been collected by treasure hunters, Erkest quickly fell back into irrelevance. Isabel looks over the ragged remains, her face hardened into a scowl. Is this it? I wonder what you expected from my description of the place. You know I wasn't listening to any of that. Of course, this isn't Erkest proper, at least not as I've seen it. Treasure hunters approached it from the north, nearest home. We've come around to the south. Can't imagine why they didn't bother with this side. Marcel Moulin would have liked to. He never found what he believed was Erkest's greatest secret. Is it the Sovereignty's deluxe, or should I tune out now? Unfortunately, no. Uh-oh, why is it shaking? The ground shudders, then lurches. Uh-oh. From behind comes a scraping sound, a tremendous crash. And just as abruptly, all settles again into stillness. Earthquake? When we turn to look, the parked SV is nowhere to be seen, swallowed, I realize, by a massive rift. Good thing we saved the photo. Oh my goodness! There's a face. Clearly no active nature. The voice of sovereignty. Exalted and witness, go forth! Eyes all aglow, Esme peers over the edge into the depths. There lies Erkest's legendary subterrane, the holy city beneath a city, prepared for us as if on a platter. Briefly, I consider what he would have given for such a view. How's that for service? Come on. Indeed, our guide has graciously provided a path along the cliffside, scalable with a good deal of care on my part and very little uneasiness. She hops down on instinct, apparently having taken to her new invincibility as a fish to water. At the deepest point, a great effigy carved on the wall beckons us into a long, dark tunnel. Oh boy, that's dark. It's dark. So humor me. If we're the first people to find this place, there's going to be treasure here, right? Surely wealth pales before the promise of godhood, Exalted. It does, but until I get my godhood, why shouldn't I have a little spending money? Maybe you too, if you behave. You're very kind, but I get by. Not that you'd find much luck converting relics into spending money in this day and age. Wait, Isma, stop. I point out what I've noticed. Set into the floor a few paces ahead, a brightly patterned tile. I can see the faint outline of flowers layered beneath its grassy surface. Not decoration, I'm guessing. An anchor stone. As implied by the name, it's designed to anchor a very elaborate enchantment. I'll spare you the details, but suffice it as to say they aren't usually displayed like this, except as a deterrent to intruders. You're saying it's going to curse me if I walk on it? It's not out of the question. And what's the worst a curse is going to do? Kill me? Is death the worst punishment you can imagine? You're going to have to try a little harder than that. I'm not saying this to frighten you, Isme, only to offer my experience. I've treated my share of unlucky grave robbers, as it happens. The ones afflicted for only a few hours insisted they endured weeks of screaming agony. Sounds fun. To each their own. How do you cure them? Primarily lavender, my old standby. It means peace, comfort, relish from the anguish. Why do you ask? Because you can just do that again. Let's go. Isme. Ignoring me, she walks across the tile, then waits a moment, then shrugs rather dramatically. All right. Oh my god, you hate being wrong! You hate it so much! You're going to cry! Oh my god. On the contrary, I've never been happier to be wrong. Anything that saves us the trouble of... Shit! What, are you okay? You may be onto something, Isme. Maybe I do hate being wrong. You motherfucker! Do 50 push-ups right now! Even absolute obedience only wrenches about 7 out of me. Yet, in truth, as I stepped onto the tile, I did feel something. Not pain, but a strange searching. As though I'd spotted a familiar face, but forgotten the name. Before I could process it, before I could even wonder at it, the sensation had fled. What is that? What does that mean? Well, statue. Wow! This is a hell of a lot bigger than the last ruin. I wonder. And hardly a ruin at all. In fact, Nisme, you'll recall the professor whose writings sparked your search for the sovereignty? He theorized that this man was the last to wield it. Oh yeah, and who was he? From Sarai, the final king of Askend. This place is a monument to his role, or so I gather from the inscription. So you can read it. No, not a word of this formal stuff. It may as well be a different language from the Askendi I know. But the flowers carved into the frame paint a clear enough picture. We often see these 5 associated with royalty, each extolling the monarch's virtues. By this point, I expect Isma to tire of my explanation and order me to move along. Instead, she stares up at Sarai's image in total silence. Huh. But this guy was a real piece of work. I wonder what makes you say that. Just a hunch. That's a flower he's got, right? What is it? That is unmistakably a witch gate. A mark of authority. I wondered, too, if it served as a symbol of his sovereignty. Wait, there's a flower that can give me sovereignty? Then why are we wasting time with all this? No. I'm only suggesting that it was a visual metaphor here. A clear sign to the people of the time. Okay, what does it do? Pardon? I mean, if you did your magic thing with this flower, what would it do? It's a faulty assumption that every flower necessarily does anything, isn't it? Answer my question. To the best of my knowledge, then. I told you that the early priests settled in Aircrest because its climate yielded many vital flowers. The most prized of these was the wild pansy, whose meaning in its purest form is essentially unrequited love. You're shitting me. No. Earnest devotion refused by another. That meaning is the progenitor of the witch gaze. It was refined through cultivation over many years, revealing new complexities deepening beyond this description. The poet chose contempt, shame as a bridle on the defiant. As a time when factions warred for control of Askend, the witch gaze rose to prominence as a tool of conquest. Unification was won not by military might, but by the power to grind hearts and minds underfoot. Oh. Neat. Where do we get one? Of course. I'm supposed to be winning followers. No, let's try that again. I'm supposed to be winning followers. This sounds like a pretty convenient way to go about it. But I can see you're just dying to tell me all the reasons I can't. Setting aside my hopefully obvious objections for a moment, it would be impossible. The witch gaze is a variety of garden pansy with very specific and very rare coloration. The royals of Askend bred them with purpose, obviously. We today do not. Great, so this one color is any good? So only this one color is any good? Most pansies bear less potent meanings, far closer to the original love spurned. Although, if you visit my shop, you'd find even the lesser varieties absent, which brings me to the second flaw in your scheme, Ismay. I can't read pansies. What do you mean you can't? It's the nature of my work to invoke emotion in many forms, some more complicated than others. I have attempted to incorporate common pansies into an arrangement before, but their meaning isn't compatible with me. Even at its weakest, it demands a certain mentality which I find disturbing. And you are too much of a puss. As always, you have a way with words, but mine seem to have failed me here. Let me put it this way. Have you ever seen warmth in the builder's smile? Excuse me? Supposedly, it's there. As someone who falls more than a bit shy of his vision, I've never been able to verify that myself. To me, it always appeared more like derision, a kind of mocking hatred which drove my younger self to dark places. Of course, I don't presume that you share my exact point of view. But when I speak of contempt as wielded by kings against their subjects, that is what I mean. Huh. You can be a real buzzkill, you know that? Oh, not at parties. They love me. I love his sarcasm. I love Loik. Loik is just so good. Isma's interest mercifully runs dry, allowing us to return to the more pressing matter of her trial. Behind Sarai's image, the path leads us to the heart of his monument. Excuse me, I don't know if you heard that, but I did a very interesting burp right there. This, well, everything points to it being a coffin, but it's the size of a bus, first of all. Befitting a king, I assume. Yeah, second of all, didn't you say he had the sovereignty? I said he might have. And there's a chance this place predated his rise to godhood. Bear in mind, tombs like these were constructed in the prime of life, to the king's own specifications. Royals liked the idea that this kind of meticulous preparation ensured their comfort and rest. Easy ticket to heaven. Bet he didn't make it. To heaven, probably not, but rest awaits us all. What's the difference? I'd sooner ask you, Isme. You almost went. Almost. If there's an afterlife, I didn't get a sneak peek. Ah, well, perhaps it's best left a mystery. The nature of the soul, of life after death, even the greatest minds of Asken barely understood these things. But on the far continent, shut up. What was he saying? I want to see it. But on the far continent, as we call it today, there once... Shut up. I don't need the history lesson. Just tell me a ghost isn't about to pop out of this coffin. Who can say? He's such a... Don't give me that. Amazingly, her voice has grown tense. I nearly gave in to the temptation to comment before thinking better of it. Really, Isme, I have no idea. But if His Majesty were lingering here, I'm sure he'd have made himself known by now. Why don't we try... What was that? There comes a snap through the air as if a seal has been broken, and the coffin's lid slowly propels itself open. Oh my god. He will take the opportunity to troll her whenever he presents himself. He does. He's such a troll. I love him so much. Oh my. Is this an alligator? Is this a... That's an alligator. Or a crocodile. I don't know. Is that... What the hell? That's what I was thinking. It's an alligator. Namey? Namey? Is that you? He talks? Or it talks? No, you aren't her. Where's Namey? Please excuse us. We didn't mean to disturb you. Okay. Sure. It's starting. What did you say? Did it piss you off? Did you piss it off? What the hell did you say? Hello. You must have traveled very far. I can speak your language too, if that's easier. My accent's that lousy, huh? No! 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 Please forgive me, I didn't mean... Oh, he's got little flowers. No, I'm only joking. Here, we'll start over. My name is Loik. Loik, my lord. I'm honored to meet you.
There's an alligator. Aren't you going to introduce yourself, Exalted? She's very gentle and shy, despite everything. She's so cute. Yes. Yeah, I'm getting that. Oh, fuck no. Oh, fuck no, my lady. No, 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 no. Oh, no. Allow me. This is Isme. Don't just give it my name. Isme, my lady, great ones, I welcomed you both. My name is Tutu. That's a very charming name. Oh, thank you. Someone. Tutu? Oh, I'm sorry. Someone important gave it to me. Ah, you were calling for Nami earlier? Yes, yes. Nami is my friend. She left me in this place. It was dangerous, so I couldn't stay with her, but she told me she would come back for me someday. But I wonder how much time has passed. Tutu, this may be hard to hear. Please bear with me. I believe you've been asleep for several hundred years now. Oh, but Nami did tell me that it might take a very long time. And if I'm awake after so long, that means she's here. She came back for me. But I don't see her. Hey, this is like a prank, right? I'd be astonished. What I can gather from the flowers in her coffin makes it clear. Tutu's friend must have spared no effort to protect her for a very long time. No wonder treasure hunting died. This is the kind of shit there was to find. Is something wrong? Not at all. Don't mind us. I'm afraid we don't know where your friend might be, Tutu. But maybe we can help you find... Not a chance. Absolutely no stupid errands. Side quest denied. Side quest denied. We can't rule out the possibility that this is connected to your trial. Will you really help me find my friend? We can certainly try. You're so kind! Thank you, my lady and lord! Oh, please, the formalities. Yes! Your formalities! I don't need to be on a first-name basis with a lizard. Oh, thank you, my lady and loik! Maybe your friend's gotten ahead of us. At this point, I point out the stone door on the far wall. It seems to open vertically, and it's clearly every bit as heavy as it looks. I wonder, do you know of any mechanism for opening that door? Yes or no? I'm sorry, I barely know anything. But I don't think that door is supposed to open. She's so cute! Oh my god! We're talking to an alligator named Tutu. So we're definitely about to open it. So we are. Would you be kind enough to part with the sword of Equest you're holding, Tutu? Is that what this is? I don't know where it came from. I suspect it was left with you for a reason. You're aware of its meaning? No! You're a sage, like Nami! You know the great mystery! I study it, yes, though I'm hardly a sage. We'll see what I can wring out. May I? Tutu hands the flowers with excitement. Much like her, they seem to have emerged from a slumber as remarkably full of life as some centuries ago. The very ideal of a sort of aircrest, at least to my eyes. I've never held one, but I know other children I know other children of its wild ancestor, facets of the primal cleaving, revealed by the modern gladiolus. I've never held one, but I know other children of its wild ancestor, facets of that primal cleaving, revealed by the modern gladiolus in its many varieties. I dwell on its shape, tracing along its stems a winding fissure. A memory of Earth split apart springs immediately to my mind, yet its form begins to waver.
Each branching crack becomes a delicate spiral, an arc inscribed with prayer, a figure swathed in marble, a condescending smile. All of these etched upon a pillar, great enough to blot out the sun. What can I do with this? Those works may compare to yours, not mine. I have no mind for sculpture, yet you give me a chisel. So be it. See what I create. Oh! My lord, you are amazing! You are really amazing! Okay. Thank you, but I'm sure your friend would put me to shame. All right, shall we? I don't remember everything from before I went to sleep, but I know it's dangerous down there. We're prepared for a little danger, Tutu. Would you rather wait here for us? No, I'll be brave. That's the spirit. Let's go. We've got an alligator. Alligator joined the party. Alligator Tutu. Tutu's voice is a little taxing. Okay. I'm fine. To be honest, I was kind of expecting him to just open the door. Oh, wait. Is this Ismay? Did I miss the little thing? He breezed past the shattered wall, smiling at Tutu, then at me. A polite after you flourish for us both. But for 1 second, I saw a feeling on his face I could actually put a name to. Past the wreckage, a rough staircase leads down into darkness. This has to be it, the site of whatever trial the voice has planned. I have to believe that, or I'm going to go insane watching this gigantic baby lizard tiptoe down 1 step at a time, coached along by her new mommy. In places where the walls aren't broken up by tree roots, there are paintings, little figures in various poses, dancing past Tutu as she stumbles her way down. Loic glances at one before he speaks. It is his name, yeah. It has a little thing that comes up, but sometimes I miss it if I'm not looking directly up. Anyway, I'm going to take another quick teeny tiny 1.5-minute break. So we're just going to run the ad now, and I'll see you guys in like a minute or so, and then we'll continue. Thank you for watching the ads. And we're back. That gave me a second to catch my breath, as it were. What was I doing? Actually. Oh, interesting. Alright, that's fine. Forgive me for this, Tutu, but I have to say, I've never met anyone quite like you before. It's okay. I know animals don't talk. It's wrong. What? Unusual, but certainly, but wrong? Humans are great beings. Their language is powerful. I don't think I was meant to have it. Sometimes I can feel it. It's wrong. Oh, but really, we weren't meant to have language either. Fame broke divine law by granting it to humans, or so the story goes. I can't imagine it's any more wrong for you than it was for us. Now that you mention it, I think Nami said something like that. Then Nami had the right outlook. I think it's a wonderful thing. Come on, it's a little freaky. I wouldn't. It's freaky, admit it. It's freaky, as are many wonderful things in this world. But we've strayed from what I wanted to ask. If you don't mind, Tutu, how did you learn to speak? Hi, Sig! Welcome in. We're reading this VN visual novel by DDGG called GGDG called Soul of Sovereignty, which I played the beginning chapter before. So we're just continuing it because it's chapter 2. And we met an alligator named Tutu. She's very, very good. How are you doing? I hope you're enjoying your Saturday. If you don't mind, Tutu, how did you learn to speak? I didn't learn. It was a gift from the great king. Truly? And how did he grant such a gift? I can't remember, I'm sorry. No, that's all right. I'm only surprised. What an incredible feat for a mortal king. Wouldn't you agree, Isme? Yeah, incredible. This guy had the sovereignty and he blew it on making an animal talk? Was he 5? Tutu? She stepped a few steps ahead, staring up at a spot on the wall. The dancing figures gather around one much larger. Actually, looking at it now, I realize this ringleader is the only human. Hang on, these are all animals. There are more of you? I think so. I'm sorry. I wish I could remember everything. Maybe I can help. This mural reminds me of a story I've heard. Really? No, God, we don't have time for this. Isme, I think... No, I'm putting my foot down. No more stories. My apologies, Tutu. It sounds like I've exceeded my story allowance for today. Story allowance. Oh my God! 2 minutes, that's it. Oh, it's crying! She's gonna cry! Oh my God, 2 minutes, that's it. More than enough. I'll tell the abridged version. Oh my God. Yay! Tutu is so cute! Oh, sorry. There once was a priest who sat in the gardens and sang praises of Phaeon. His voice was so beautiful that it would draw the animals near in wonder. Seriously? A chimera heard the priest's songs from within its cave. Filled with spite, it thought to silence him forever. One day, a strange song drifted from the cave and captivated the priest's heart. He wandered helplessly into the chimera's den, where he was slain. The animals who so loved the priest gathered where his body lay and began to sing in his memory. This heartfelt song revived their fallen friend, who sang together with them for years to come. Okay, the end. Was that so terrible? No, I laughed, I cried. Still not convinced this has anything to do with my trial. No, I don't know. Consider that you yourself were raised from death by an earnest plea, Exalted. You didn't sing. My mistake. Clearly no connection whatsoever. Truth is weathered down by the ages into stories like this, Isme. Eventually, even the truth of our journey together. A priest, a chimera. History might remember you and I very differently someday. A clown. History will remember what I wanted to remember. And my first act as sovereign will be wiping your cute little singing animal story from the books. Noted. And what did you think of it, Tutu? The story was for you after all. Is Tutu crying? But Tutu doesn't look right. No. Tutu? She clutches her head, panicking, then focuses on me. Despite everything, I was starting to accept her as intelligent. But the thing glaring at me now is pure animal. I jump back before her jaw snaps shut. She snags my sleeve with her teeth, tearing it until the fabric starts to give. Shit! What's your problem? Tutu! Loik flinches at her bared teeth. He steadies his voice. Tutu, easy. It's us. We're not going to hurt you. It's wrong! All wrong! She pushes out each word between growls. Loik puts a hand on her arm. Listen to me, Tutu. Again, that softness on the air. Stay with us. Stay with us. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. It's okay, Tutu. Everyone's all right. Speak for yourself. Are you going to explain what the hell that was about? Hello?
Hello. I'm sorry, but I don't think we've met.
It's Isme.
Huh?
You ruined my outfit. Of course I had to change.
I'm sorry.
She changed her outfit. Tutu! I have told the story before, but I'm actually the same. Like, if you cosplay and I see you one day, hi Skirples, welcome in, hello. If you're in one cosplay on one day and then I see you in the next day and you're in a different cosplay, I have no idea who you are. Absolutely none. It's actually happened when I tabled at a convention and they're like, you saw me yesterday? And I was like, sorry? Anyway, welcome in Scribbles. Hope you're having a good weekend. This is Soul of Sovereignty, Chapter 2. It's a cool little VN by GGDG, who is known a lot for webcomics and stuff. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, and this is a talking alligator named Tutu. It's going good. I'm trying to eke out any bit of my weekend as I possibly can to rest and stream.
I'm sorry. I don't know what happened to me. I heard his voice and I felt so wrong.
Whose voice?
He came from far away, from a place where people sang, and he would sing in the gardens, like your story. We sang for him to make him happy, but then something terrible came. I'm scared.
You're safe with us, Tutu. I promise you that. You'll be brave, won't you?
I will.
Changing her voice slightly so it doesn't hurt me.
Oh my god! I'm so cute! She's trying to be brave. She's such a cute little alligator.
They're adorable together, they are! Oh my god! I'm gonna throw up if these two keep doing whatever they're doing. Isme, you're so... The real heart of this place is just ahead. I can almost taste it. We come to a room on the way. Nothing but another door leading further down, a glorified staircase landing. So we press on. As we approach the depths, something sparkles on the tree roots lining the walls. This sounds like Toby Fox. How lovely. I wonder what these are. So there are flowers you don't know. The vast majority, I'd wager. Countless species have simply been lost to time. These would appear to be some type of orchid. Sorry. But beyond that...
These are...
Remembered something, Tutu?
Yes, the flowers underground are important. Nami said they were important.
Well, that's promising. Did she mention their name by chance?
Not that I remember.
I wish I could help more. I'm so sorry.
No, don't worry. He plucks the nearest flower he can reach. Let's just call them monument orchids for now. And they have to mean something juicy, right? Juicy, I'm not sure about. Well, guessing won't help us at any rate. Meditation reveals meaning, but without some sort of starting point, that could take weeks, months. Months? Pessimistically, I'm hoping we have a bit more to go on. Tutu, do you remember anything else about these flowers? Even the smallest detail Mamie might have told you.
They would make his voice.
Tutu?
No, please stop.
Uh-oh. The darkness beneath the roots moves. It starts to churn, dripping upward through the air in long trails. I look closer and see something tangled up in it. Animals. Fur, wings, scales shuddered together. A giant herd, eyes all opening at once, all shining on us. The shadow carries them up in its tendrils. Big, exotic beasts, birds, whatever else. It gathers them together, twisting their limp bodies into limbs of its own. Then a voice rings clear as day in my mind. Loik shares a look with me. He hears it too. Exalted seeker of sovereignty. A second trial is upon you.
No!
It jolts awkwardly, slamming one limb against the ceiling, then the walls. Somewhere above, I hear a sound like a landslide. Then animals screeching, bodies broken by the impact. Oh no! The thing pauses for a minute, and then shadow knitting it together churns again. The thin lines begin to ripple out over its limbs. In an instant, its wounds are cleared away, leaving nothing, not even a speck of blood. Oh my god. Ugh. Tutu's already scrambled back up the steps, screaming her head up. We follow behind into the antechamber. But the wall beyond that is blocked off? What the hell?
No!
Tutu crumples to the floor, grasping at her head.
Wrong! It's wrong!
What now, really? Tutu, it's all right. I can still hear the stampede thrashing downstairs, only a matter of time before it catches up. Out of habit, I put my hand on the wall. What am I expecting, stupid? I only have time to glance. It's not going to match perfectly, but a wall is a wall. I picture what I want, eyeing the right spot on the floor, and pull the trigger. Now, a false slab of wall conceals the corner where Tutu's melting down. As claws scratch up the stairs, I duck into hiding. Tutu howls on while Loik runs his hand along the ridges between her eyes. Wrong! Tutu, hush now. Be at ease. You're precisely where you belong. And then it arrives. It shambles past us, loose bodies weaving in and out of the herd, all huffing and braying. The fake wall fools it, but it doesn't leave. Maybe it can smell us. So it stalks our vicinity for 2 long minutes, then finally turns to the other end of the room. Ugh. Well, it's not quite the chimera I imagined from the story. And I'm guessing my trial is to kill it, but it's healed itself. Let's not jump straight to violence, Ismay. We may only need to pacify it again. Okay, Mr. Pacifier, you're up. Well, the lavender wouldn't take. I know too little about what we're dealing with. The new ones, then, the orchids. What about those? Right. My instincts say they must have been used to hold the chimera down there in the first place. So use them to put it back. With no idea of their meaning, I can't use them for anything. Plan A, then. Wait.
Suddenly, the chimera turns its writhing head back toward our hiding spot and starts stalking back across the room. Please, I need a diversion. The conditions are less than ideal, but if you can buy me a few minutes undisturbed, I may be able to turn up a meeting. Fine. Don't say your god never did you any favors. Thank you. With a flower in one hand, he closes his eyes and seems to leave us. Tutu, curled up by him like a dog, makes a pathetic face as his petting hand stops. I can hear the chimera sniffing around just outside our hiding spot. What are you going to do, my lady? Shut up. Oh, it's like a ball? Oh, how did you do that? Shut up, I said. I lob the ball out from behind our hidden quarter. It jingles as it bounces along. It's the orb. We shall ponder this orb. Oh no! You've dropped your beautiful ball, my lady! Huh? Oh no. Oh no. There! I've got it! Okay. Oh my god, no! I'm going to bring it back now. Please wait right there, my lady. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Look now, beyond form, beyond the veil. Lay open your heart beneath my lips, and I shall tell what I know. Uh-oh. Things not looking great for Tutu. No! Tutu. Like the serene. Tutu. Alright. Give me 1 second. I need to message somebody. Beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, boop. I'm going to ask about dinner so I can see if I have to pause here or if we can continue. Yeah, not looking good for T2. Oh, thank you for the follow. Hi, Dahlia the Weremoth. Hello, welcome in. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. We're in Soul Sovereignty Chapter 2, which I'll put the link in the description also. It's very, 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 very good. And it's only $10. Thank you, Wendy9. Thank you for following. Did I get an answer? Did I get an answer? I did not get an answer. Okay, so we're gonna continue. The poet's right, like voice. Gotta get back into like. Alright, I'm there. The poet's widens usually serve me as a bridge. By her words, I walk across the mire until I am left to wade in. This bridge is much shorter, yet I prefer it. Freed from the constraints of ceremony, of reverent study, I can simply get to the point. They would make his voice, and then, as if summoned, that same voice rose to torment her. Okay, we get about 20 more minutes-ish, so we'll continue for a little bit longer, and then I will have to pause. Maybe. Maybe. Okay, cool. 20-ish minutes. So let's continue on a little bit. They would make his voice. Then, as if summoned, that same voice rose to torment her. Wrong, wrong, again and again, but these were not her words. I'll reflect on the flower's form, seeking sense within it. In the array of its petals, in its barest weight on my palm. In its sigh, bright and fragrant, devoured by the earth. In the decaying roots adorned with ribbons of lace. Beyond all these, I hear the sound of rain. It fills the air like voices shouting to be heard, joined one moment in alluring harmony, the next only noise. As I sit and listen, a stray drop singes my hand. Raw, bracing pain. It sparks in me a kind of ravenous panic. I imagine myself running out to burn alive in the storm. But I have crossed the threshold. My refuge is endless as the sea. Now I see where the rivulets. Now I see where the rivulets run, where violent waves crash and fall silent. Silent! Exhausted with relief, I grasp at my throat for a cry which never comes. Silence! Silence! Hey! 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 Hi! Did you find out what your flower means yet? Jesus Christ. Silence. What? Go fuck yourself. Thankfully for all present, this is not a command. No, the flower means silence, Ismay. Oh. At least that's my first thought, but... Where's Tutu? Oh, she got eaten. No! Oh, what? I distracted the thing. I did that. You have to thank me for that. Oh my god. You had one job. Anyway. Tutu. After offering my sincerest gratitude, I look out from the hiding place. As I feared, the Chimera's form has changed. Now Tutu's face emerges from the tangle of shadows, her body limp and jaws wide. But the swarm does not move. Glassy eyes gaze in every direction. Shadow ripples out again, smoothing over its form as if adjusting to the new addition. Well, now's your chance if you were planning on stopping this thing. I need more of those flowers. What? Why? No, my god, I don't care. Just go. I'll even buy you more time. The light of creation gathers at her fingertips. I realize this is the clearest view I've had of Isma's artisanry, yet it remains as perplexing now as before. Without the slightest indication of effort, she summons to her hand a slender blade wrought purely from the canvas of her imagination. Hello, what are you staring for? Move. Take care, then. Precious flowers remain intact after the Chimera's rampage. To compensate for my shallow meditation, I'll need every single one of them. Tearing down the blinds and staring into the sun is not my favorite approach, but if it works, I'll gladly pay the price later. Much like a dream, the finer points of my vision have already slipped away from me. I grasp for the only fragment I could put into words: silence. But as I steer my mind toward intention, the meaning escapes me. Each word of invocation falls leaden from my lips. Silence and solitude, and peace, in the depths from which this creature emerged. None of it resolves into anything. Silence and... but no, not that. Before I could consider returning to meditation, a familiar clamor arrives. Ismay tumbles into the room, bloodstained and wild-eyed, her construct sword broken at the hilt. Next, the Chimera. It throws itself on her, talons pinning her to the ground. Tutu's jaws open mindlessly over her leg. Struggling, Ismay tosses away her useless sword and conjures a different weapon. 3 shots. 3 Chimera reels. Almost instantly, that strange shadow issues forth, stretching out in tendrils to lap out wounded flesh. Ismay turns to me in an angry panic. You better tell me your thing's working, because this isn't. No, I've tried every angle, but it doesn't fit. What? 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 The meaning, silence to quell it, it did seem too simple. I'm missing something. I need more time. Well, you don't have it. Oh, the Chimera is mended. It strikes at Ismay with precision, snapping her up before either of us can react. She's immortal, of course. The sovereignty's voice has exalted her, rendering her impervious to harm. This I believe. My belief doesn't stop the Chimera from biting down, grinding its teeth, spitting blood. No scream rings out. Uh-oh. Satisfied in its triumph, the beast flings her with all its strength. I cannot bring myself to watch further, and flinch from the sickening crack against the wall. Myriad eyes swim around the room before falling on me. I hold the lone orchid with trembling hands, its silence the furthest thing from my mind. Well, that wasn't very nice. And she stands. her body whole, unadorned, unblemished, save a top amount of rubble, as though nothing had happened at all. Of course, I had noticed that the morning after her exalted revelry, but seeing her again like this, the resemblance strikes me anew. Now look, and I like that outfit too, you bitch. The chimera thrashes in rage, a chorus of shrieking cries. A shiver runs through its collective form, shifting into something new. At last, it speaks. The chanter. Profaned by the sovereignty. The words are not Scandi, nor not Mosaean, not any language we have heard. Somehow their meaning transcends ignorance. Another of his kind pretending at godhood. This abomination was the least of his whims, and see what it became! So you finally decided to speak up. Who are you? Who are you? My name is long forsaken. I am a fool who once defied the will of order. Chasing freedom, I fled to this land from a paradise you do not know. For love of the late queen who harbored me, I served her witless son, the throne-bound god. I had deserted my chorus, yet song lingered in me, and so I sang in the gardens of his menagerie, soothed each day by the company of his beasts. But the great king saw what little joy I took in my literal, and he knew no restraint. With barely a thought, he willed voices upon the captive beasts as a gift. As Phaeum gave unto us, he sneered, blasphemy upon blasphemy. They surrounded me, singing in horrendous tones, gazing with enlightened eyes, in my honor. I could not bear it. Shame and honor sickened me to death. Yet my suffering did not end. The beasts gathered at my side, raising their mournful voices together, until desecration itself answered their call. What? Yes, exalted, I share your title, but do not mistake me for your type. The sovereignty is an affront to the law I once defied, and now my soul is forever tainted by its mark. O divinities, I repent, yet you have abandoned us as we rightly deserve. Did the fall of Askin not suffice? Will you only return to a world purged fully of sin? Then let this vile power be of use. Let these witnesses bear forth my wrath, your wrath. Death to the sons of Sarai and Palician alike. Death to all who defy your will. The beasts he wears cry out, shaking the earth. Are you done? I get it. The voice sent me here to listen to your little story, teach me the dangers of the sovereignty. Power corrupts, something like that. Well, sorry about your king. Promise I'll be even worse. Fool! Hush, exalted. That's enough. What? Now I know you. Now I see the shape of your pain, this endless cycle of misery. No! Quiet, or I will not hear it! How you long for peace. Witchcraft! Perversion by divinities! I rebuke it! How deeply you ache. Stop. Lay down your fury a moment. Be cradled in sunlight, in the wind's soft sway. Go in dreams to your paradise, to the embrace of your gods, and sing. The exalted sinks into slumber, his faithful with him. Yay! Hi, Mercury! Hello, hello. We're reading Soul of Sovereignty. We're kind of at the climax here. It's a pretty cool VN by GGDG. His faithful with him. His grip on Ismay relaxes, and she wrenches herself free. I need a moment to come down. By the time I really look at her again, I have already missed the restoration of her glamour. Then again, I doubt observing the process would make it any easier to fathom. Not bad. Not enough. He'll wake soon. Whatever power kept him dormant for this long is beyond mine. Even then, I wouldn't free his victims. These poor witnesses bound to a man who despises them. Their devotion empowers him, as mine to you, but by their numbers, he's practically a god already. So get to the point. He's invincible? Nearly. I wish the silence were just that, an undoing of the king's gift, a way for them to become as they were. But no, I have it now. As Fayum gave unto us the maddening din, then silence. It means the refuge of rest, the end of a life. If I read it to them now, while he's asleep. But let me find another way, please. Like what? Clock's ticking. You just said he's about to wake up. I know, but I can't do this to Tutu. Then it's a good thing you're not calling the shots. I'd rather wrap this up now than wait for her to start chewing on both of us. So enough of stalling. Do it. And there it is, the burning hand on my heart. Perhaps this once there is mercy in it. Forgive me for this. So much harm at the hands of two men playing God, and now you must suffer a third. Forgive me. Once order was with us, it sustained us, it guided us along. Then a great king summoned us, so we left the wild and gathered before his throne. He prepared a beautiful garden for our home, and the men of his court would come and see. They marveled and taunted us and touched us, knowing the king had bound our nature. Some were different. One man would simply sing, and his voice sounded sweet to our ears. We loved him. But the king tired of us, so he willed us to change. Our bodies straightened, allowing us to walk in step with him. Wisdom bloomed in us, and for the first time, we knew ourselves. At the king's command, we danced and sang in his court. He brought men from distant shores, filled our minds with foreign words, and made them howl with laughter. But the man he loved never sang for us again. But the man we loved never sang for us again. Profane creatures, demons! There is your marker, he who perverted your nature, he who severed you from perfect order. Shatter his throne, feast upon his flesh, show him the horror of his sin! Fun times. I speak of the shore where all is washed clean. I speak of the end to shame and sorrow. I speak to you, weary ones. Come to me, and I will lead you there. To silence, to rest, to a kinder being than this. I give you the sun's warmth. I give you the joyful breeze and clear rivers teeming with fish. I give you the fullness of my heart. Take it with you and rest well. Wait. Whatever face the next world wears, let the beauty you knew remain. Aww. Whatever sorrow it brings, let the joy you knew remain. If all fails you, let my love always remain. Oh, there's Naomi. I would take you with me if I could promise to keep you safe. Where I'm going, I can't do that. I'm sorry. She is so sweet. But I can promise one thing. However long it takes, we'll see each other again. I don't break my promises, Tutu. I won't start with you. Now good night, my friend. Be strong. No, wait! Don't go! Don't leave me! The choking darkness starts to lift. The air smells like the sea. Freedom is there. Rest is there. The others have waited so long. Tired of voices, tired of everything, they disappear into that light. But I can't. I can't go. I don't want to go. Vile thing! Darkness snaps shut on me. It's everywhere, echoing with this angry voice just like before. Only now, I'm the only one left to hear him. I have to escape. It takes all my strength just to crawl forth a bit, but I must. Another voice is calling me. Tutu. Tutu, can you hear me? I know, it's wrong. I know I shouldn't be like this. I know language wasn't meant for me. But I have it now, so can't I keep it? I don't want to go, even if it makes everything better. I want to remember my friend. I can't die until I see her again. Demon, aberration, submit! Then see her. Live if you're prepared for what that means. I know he won't go away, but that's fine. I won't let him control me. I'll be brave. Kill, tear him apart. I can't stop myself. I've used up the last of my strength, and now my body moves on its own. But he doesn't back away. That's the spirit. Then stay with us, Tutu. Stay where you belong. And even though he isn't her, and even though we just met, he reaches out to me like she did. The other voice keeps shouting, I want to strike! Tear off his hand! But he runs it softly along my face without fear like she did. When he speaks, his words embrace me like hers did. If order has no place for you, then stay here, where you are loved. Everything is quiet. There you are. There is our friend. Do you think you'll be all right now? I think so. Good. He slumps and falls down on top of me. Ah! Oh, great. Now, my friend! I'm sorry. This is all my fault. He'll be fine. He just needs a nap. Where's the concern for me? I got a little roughed up too, you know. It's me, you idiot. Get used to this. Oh, I'm sorry, my lady. What a mess. I feel like I've caused you both nothing but trouble. Oh, you have. Now, why don't you start making up for it? It's me. Well, I wasn't going to leg Loik upstairs by myself. Tutu Princess carries him the whole way. For all the blubbering, she's as strong as she looks. That barrier in the antechamber is gone, so we head back to the entrance, past the king's statue. Alright, as much as I really want to keep going, it's just about time for dinner. And there's probably not too much more, I imagine. But, let me see. Let me do a quick. I don't know where it ends, where it finishes. I'm not sure if I'm at the end yet, and so I'm not sure if I want to, see, so we're about 2/3 of the way there. Okay, so I think I might actually pause here. We've been just about 2 hours. So I appreciate your help, Wendy. So I as much as I'd love to do this all in one sitting, I need to eat. So yeah, I've got like, our dinner will be ready in like 5 minutes or so. So I think I'm going to pause here. We're going to save. I'm to spot number 1. Yeah. And we are going to pick this back up another time, some other time, maybe tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see. we'll see. I think I can irk out another hour or so for this, maybe. Well, I don't know.
Yeah, well, we'll see.
So that was good. It's been good so far. So we just have like the last part of it. If that was the climax, then this is kind of like the resolution of this chapter. Yeah. So this is really good. I like it. I love Tutu. I love Tutu, my new daughter. She's amazing, awesome, adorable. Love her. Oh look! Oh, they have all the ones from last time. And Cloud Sage, which is Aircast. Oh yeah, next time we can look through this thing, the glossary. Glossary is what it's called. Yeah. So thank you guys so much for listening and following and all the stuff. I hope you have a good rest of your weekend. Hope to see you soon. And see you next time. お疲れ様でした。またね。Bye bye. Also, this music rocks. Bye bye.